No editing. Life is not edited, it's modified. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Well, in 2016,
Mhm.
my kids were going to school,
Mhm.
um, and I wanted to have a positive impact. And I was into teaching at church and everything, so I wanted to have impact on everybody. So what I wanted to do was write a book. Well, I had already written a book for it's called the Flip Preschool.
Mhm.
I wrote that, and that was really for teachers and parents to get together on how to function in the classroom. But I wanted also to encourage my sons that they can do whatever they want to do and be successful at it by going for it. You know, it's not going to be handed to you, but
Right.
I mean, logically thinking,
Mhm.
you can get things done.
Mhm. Mhm.
And you don't have to worry about mom and dad trying to do for you. You can do this yourself by getting it done. So I wrote this book called 5,000 Fish Sandwiches, and it's based on pretty much it's based on the story of Jesus feeding the 5,000.
Mhm.
And when we look at it, the miracle happened, and of course Jesus caused the miracle. But when they went to Jesus with the problem, it was, hey, we got 5,000 people here. How are we going to
Right.
fight? Well, I guess maybe the question was, we need to send them on, or how are you going to feed them?
Right.
And
Right.
Jesus is like, no, you're going to feed them. And
Right.
it's like, okay, they're like, how are we going to do it? And he systematically, okay, put these in 50s, put these in hundreds, and sit them all down, and you feed them. You
Mhm.
give the Jesus didn't go around with the baskets,
Right.
the disciples did, and the
Right.
disciples fed them, really. The miracle
Mhm.
happened because of him, of course,
Right.
but they were involved. So
Mhm.
5,000 fish sandwiches was how you get involved in your own dreams. How are we
Yeah.
going to do this, God? Because the things that we want to do is it's like is bigger than ourselves.
Yes. Correct.
Because if it wasn't bigger than ourselves, we wouldn't need him.
Right.
So he was incorporated.
Mhm. Yes.
um, in 2017, I wrote the book.
Mhm.
2017, I just like I need more. I,
Right.
I'm doing good. I got the book out. Of course, you know, you want to peddle your book. Hey,
Right.
everybody on the street, hey, I got a book. I got a book. I got a book. I got a
Right.
book.
Right.
And then
Yes.
the internet was like, you know, you should really do a podcast.
Mhm.
So before I did a podcast, I went through leadership training with John Maxwell. So I got
Yes.
on how to coach, um, how to market, how to speak.
Right.
So speaker trainer coach. Um, and then in 2018, I started Unblock Yourself. Unblock Yourself is
Mhm.
my podcast.
Right.
It's on a hiatus right now because I got a whole bunch of other stuff going on right now. But at the end, you'll see what's happening.
Right.
Um, in 2021, you know, right after COVID,
Mhm.
um, I really started getting into reading books.
Right. Yeah.
And the books went from my favorite books were uh, all John Maxwell books.
Yes.
Uh, and listening to Zig Ziglar and Les Brown.
Yeah. Yep.
Those are my that and Jim Rohn.
Jim Rohn. Yep.
So those are my like pillars, my mentors. And I'm listening to them and reading their books. And then all of a sudden the books kind of shifted like it went from how do I help others
Mhm.
to how do I help myself help others.
Right. Right.
And the books I started reading were philosophies on self, pretty much through the tea ceremony.
Okay.
Um, so in 2022, I really started getting into tea.
Yes.
And at the end of 2022, I needed help with all of these things floating out there. Like, uh, motivational speaking
Hmm.
and helping people, overcome things and uh, having tea.
Right. Yes.
I got all these
Yeah.
ideas, and this is where you come in, having a coach come in and really say, okay, you got all this stuff floating out here. What you need to do is to sit down and say, what's important here, what's important here, what's important here, what's important
Right.
here. And
Right.
then actually, let's set some goals to
Right.
achieve it. So I'm teaching people how to set goals, but I'm not doing it for myself. I'm like,
Right.
you ought to do this, you ought to do that, you ought to do this. And like I
Right.
said, a ton of stuff floating out there, and it never really came together until I got a coach.
Right.
And this,
Right.
hey, reel this in. Come on now, because we can do
Yes.
this. What are
Yeah.
you gonna do? Give me three things you're gonna do this in this
Yep.
quarter.
Yep. Yep.
Because I'm trying to do 50
Right.
and it's not working.
Right. Right. Right.
So as we talked, I really had the idea of okay, the tea ceremony. One of
Hmm.
the main pillars of the tea ceremony, and you won't really see it unless you really start digging into it, but
Right.
um, wabi sabi, as far as the pottery goes,
Right.
and um, Ichigo Ichie was one of my favorites. Was about
Yeah.
moments in time, and then
Right.
Ikigai.
Right.
And
Right.
Ikigai was really blowing up all around the
Yeah.
world in about 2023.
Yep. Yep.
That was like the buzzword, Ikigai. You need to
Yes.
why you
Yes.
the reason you
Absolutely.
get out of bed. Everybody was getting it. So I jumped on the bandwagon. I got certified. I'm a
Hmm.
certified Ikigai coach,
Right.
and I traveled. I really
Hmm.
traveled. 2023. I went to Japan.
Hmm.
I went to London,
Hmm.
Paris, Hawaii,
Yep.
um, and really got to know the world.
Hmm.
Met a lot of people, and really got a chance to see that my world in little old Georgia
Right.
was very, very small, even though problems are seem huge, but it's really very
Right.
small.
Right.
So 2024, I was diving deeper into Ikigai, and I learned about the philosophies and the tea ceremony. And I took the things that I loved the most that really
Hmm.
spoke to me and created a purposeful pathway.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
purposeful pathway really gave way uh, a path to DIT. Now this is where I
Right.
am. Well,
Right.
this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
not even the tea. This is a lo-fi tea room. We'll get to that in a second. But
Right.
um, so all these things were happening all to, like I said,
Hmm.
leadership, motivational speaking and trainings and all that um, was really something I wanted to do,
Right.
but I didn't have a way to put it together. And coach, you helped me put it together. Uh,
Hmm. Right.
like I said, to refine instead of just having 50 things out there, let's focus in on the few things that's going to be the most impactful.
Right.
And when I put it all together, I came up with Purposeful Pathway.
Right.
So Purposeful Pathway is a teaching about the three main pillars that I have,
Hmm.
Wabi Sabi, Ichigo Ichie, and Ikigai,
Right.
which all deal with tea.
Hmm.
So I have this Purposeful Pathway about discovering yourself, and I have tea. So I've melded it together, and that's how Day was formed.
Right.
Day is my tea company.
Hmm.
Um, so I started doing tea sessions.
Hmm.
Uh, my tea room is open. This is my sunroom right here, but
Hmm.
it's 100 degrees outside here in Georgia right now.
Yes. Right.
So I'm not going in the tea room and burn up.
Right. And what you were able to do was blend it together, pun intended. You were be
Hmm.
able to, because we worked about the finishes, the final finishes. Let's finish something 100% rather than what a lot of people, including myself, you have these amazing ideas, these innovation of 100 things, but 20% here, 70%, 80%, 60%, 99%. And so we were able to really narrow it down. And
Yeah.
so when you do the blending, then the next step was
Well, the next step was actually having a tea store online.
right,
Um,
correct.
the tea store online, and this was, I don't know if it came from you, but this is what we
Hmm.
got. Um,
Right.
we got an online presence, which it covered the tea and it covered the
Yes.
purposeful pathway, and
Yep.
it blended it together by having day IT. So, purposeful pathway has evolved into my next project, which is
Hmm.
transformation begins with tea,
Right.
and that's a pun intended.
Yes, right. But also we had the opportunity that you brought to life before the next level was as we were going through the steps and the sequences of clarity and elevation, you had also the opportunity not only to connect with individuals abroad, but people in Japan went to Japan and brought some, how would you say, ambiance to your home front.
Ah,
So
yeah.
elaborate a little bit on that too, on what that entails in the back.
Well,
That's a
one
work in progress.
one of my one of my coaches helped me understand that,
Mhm.
and this is the importance of having a coach because
Mhm.
you think you know going somewhere, you think you're doing something, but you're doing
Right,
it, on your own. You can't see that you're going in the right field or you're going in the left field or you're off by, you're just off by 5 degrees, and then
right,
when you're done, you're way off in left field. But
right.
my Ikigai coach really taught me like, hey, what you guys in the West are
Hmm.
doing for Ikigai is
Hmm.
way different from
Right.
where what it came from. And that's
Correct.
why I had
Correct.
to really dig into uh, the tea culture because that's where it was coming from.
Right.
And everybody has their own different ways of doing things. And
Correct.
me, transformation starts with tea, took a different approach to the tea ceremony.
Right.
And it's funny that so many cultures like England have their own
Hmm.
tea culture. India
Right.
has its own tea culture.
Yeah.
Japan has its own tea culture. China has its own tea culture.
Right. Right.
And what I did was take those cultures and boil it down to the main thing, which
Mm.
was came to Ichie, which
Right.
is once in a lifetime moment with the person that you're with.
Correct. Right.
So transformation begins with tea. Took that from me and you
Right.
to actually yourself and a higher power. So
Right.
if you if you believe in God, you would have tea with God,
Right.
tea with
Right.
yourself, and
Hmm.
then express that tea with other people.
Right. Right.
So you get ministered this way.
Right. The
That
vertical.
tea is important,
The vertical. Right. The
right?
spiritual. Right.
And then your tea with others.
Right.
And tea, both instances
Hmm.
shows it peels back who you are and
Right.
how do you affect how do you stand in the world. Just really like how and I'm trying I get so excited when my brain goes just blank. It it goes from, just that was good to
Right.
actually having a conversation. Like if you're having tea with yourself,
Right.
I'm in a conversation with God.
Right. Right.
How can I
Exactly.
improve myself?
Right. Right.
And like I said, that's the basis of transformation begins with tea. Um,
Right.
and then it goes further. Like when I have tea with my family, we can really sit
Right.
down. We know we're here for this purpose, not only to drink tea, but to actually have a conversation.
Right. And and as you mentioned in some of your segments, it's intentional
Hmm.
and
It's
it's
not just
present and in the now form.
right, right,
Right.
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not just superficial, how you doing? And I'll never forget, I was on the phone with my friend in Japan, and I
Yeah.
was walking through Walmart, and we're in the South, we speak,
Right.
somebody's passing you, say, "Hey, how you doing?" "I'm
Right.
fine." And you keep going.
Right.
And it's nothing to say that. I mean, it takes no thought being in the South. And every person that I pass, well, I'm in a small town, so I know a lot of people, and a lot of people
Right.
know
Right.
who I
Right.
am. And they're just, "Hey, hey, Jeff." And
Right.
it's like, "You know that person?" No, have no clue who that was.
Right. 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 I've been
But
to
it'd be rude
Virginia,
to
so
be
I
like,
know.
"I don't know you," and just keep
Yeah. Yeah.
walking.
Right. Right.
So they're on the phone hearing me, "Hey, how you doing?" "Who is that?" "I don't know." "Hey,
Right.
how
Right.
you doing, brother? How you doing, brother?"
Right.
"Is
Right.
your brother?" "No, I have
Right.
no clue. I have no clue who that is, but I've seen him before."
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So
And
now the next step,
hmm
uh, I have a T front,
hmm
and the next step was this. Since I'm having tea,
right.
uh, it's nice to have some music.
Yes.
So
Yes.
instead of just playing some music, I have old jazz records from the 70s and the 80s.
Right. Right. Right.
I figured, you know what would be neat if I made my own music for
Yes.
tea for tea time.
Yeah. Yes.
So that's how the lo-fi tea room came. So lo-fi tea room is the digital version of my tea room.
Right. Right.
And that went from just making some beats to have tea with. So it's like,
Right.
nice. And, we're
Yeah.
having a
It's so
conversation.
relaxing. It's
Just
definitely a vibe.
that went to, you know what? I wish I had my own stuff. I think you were like, if I had something upbeat to exercise to, I was like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
So my first record um I guess it was inspired by you because I made it for like roller rink
Yeah.
type
Yeah.
vibe.
Yeah. I remember that
They
conversation. You're like, okay. Didn't think of that,
I'm
but
gonna
all
make you
right.
something.
Yeah. Yep.
See, that's why it's important to have a coach because of
Yeah.
you, first record
Yeah.
came out, and
Yeah.
now I'm on record four. And
That's awesome.
that's
And to
in
your point, this is for purposes. This is what was made, the Wakigai blend, and this is the DIT. So he really is a herbalist of making different, flavors and their blends and everything. And then that's what you came to elevate because you had the webinars, you have the books, you have the personal in-person testimony, live videos, and the tea ceremonies, and now you're blending it with music. And this is what is really the transformation that people undergo when you really narrow down and focus, have a over, I guess it would be underlining, but really signature message and vibration, and
Mhm.
then branch out. Because what the beauty of the visionary and imagineer you are is you had everything. And what we had to do was just kind of pivot and plan it accordingly. Okay, what goes here? What's the sequential steps? Because you have had the products and services. Now it's just really elevating it to play 2.0, press play 2.0, which is leveraging it to prepare to learn how to be accountable and say yes to you to share it with the world. And that's what we're doing. And So I guess a little bit as we kind of pivot a bit would be what was one of the key cores that you learned that you either enhanced or had to adopt and adapt to during this journey, this transformation?
Well, I know 2017 Jeff is a lot different
Hmm.
from 2026 Jeff,
Right, right,
but the message has always been the same.
right.
It's just been tweaked.
Correct. Right, right,
So I think what helped me the most was really focusing in on, because I have a lot of ideas,
right.
and she'll get on me too.
Yeah.
I we'll go over the goals. I'll set a goal and I won't do the goal. So I kind of get fussed at on that, but I'll have this other idea and I'll focus on that, and then it takes off.
Right,
And you've never really like said, well, you need to stop that and focus on that. What
right.
you've always done was, okay, this is your new focus. Let's tie them in together,
Correct. Right.
which
Hmm.
I would have never thought about that. Like,
Right, right,
um, purposeful pathway, I probably would still have purposeful pathway and trying to push that and push T and push Jeff D. Banks, which was,
right,
my persona, my business
right.
persona,
Hmm.
all just out there
Right,
competing
right.
with each other, taking all of
Yep.
my time and all
Right,
of my brain power and all of my imagination and going in all different directions, pulling
right.
me apart.
Hmm. Right, right,
And you've like always said, well, that's a good idea. Why don't you do this and put it together with this?
right,
And I'm
right.
like, okay. I
Hmm.
don't have to stop it. And
Right,
one thing God has always told me is like, all right, you don't have to change.
right,
What you need to do is you can branch out and do whatever you need to do, but you need to stay on message.
right.
So my
Exactly.
underlying message has always been about, you know, uh, motivating, educating,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
establishing systems
Yes, absolutely.
from 2016 for over 10 years now. I've been
Mhm.
saying, I mean, that's always been the message, but the way it's delivered has been tweaked,
Right,
and it's more powerful because it goes from just walking with this idea in your head to like really steamrolling. Oh, I'm on
mhm.
Apple Music now.
Right, right,
And my second album takes Wabiki Guy, which is Wabi Sabi, Ichigo Ichie, and Ikigai, and it breaks it all down. All the music on that falls in these three categories, and I talk
right.
about awareness and purpose and
Hmm.
once in a lifetime moments.
Right,
It's
right,
all there.
right,
So the same things that I was talking about in 2016 are
right,
still there in 2026,
right. It's
which
the
is
way that they are messaged, conveyed, and streamlined now
mhm.
into an entire vision that you have created.
So
So,
really I tell people, you don't have to stop doing what you love.
mm,
Just incorporate it. Or you got something new that you're really passionate about? Because
right,
in 2016, I wasn't passionate about. I love Japan, but it wasn't like tea, and it wasn't like learning a language and really trying to meet people and do things like that. I was really focused on street preaching almost.
right, right. Yeah, no, absolutely. And to kind of close out, we that also played in different aspects that we've talked about, and it can be applied to anybody. Your health, your wellness, your family relationships, your religion, and your faith-based community, and you know, whatever that calling may be, we are able to intertwine that, and that would you say those areas were also kind of tweaked, as you mentioned before, over the
Oh yeah.
duration of 9 years? you
Oh
know?
yeah. I'll say like being a youth pastor at one time.
Hmm.
If you listen to those messages and you
Hmm.
listen to the things that I say now,
Right,
they're still the same, but the focus is a little different.
right, right.
I didn't really I wouldn't talk about the tea ceremony at church, but if I was at church now, I
Hmm.
still would because the message is still the same.
Right.
The
Excellent.
methodology, the thought process are
Hmm.
still the same. It's just been tweaked with, hey, it's been tweaked with passion.
There you go. Yes, absolutely. And that's the
Instead
key
of
component.
just really just talking about something I know about, I
Right.
really talk now till I'm blue in the face and forget everything about stuff that I'm passionate about
Yes. And
and
that's
want
the
people to
purpose.
experience. And that's what I'm
Absolutely.
looking for. It was an experience. I went
Excellent.
from, hey, I want to motivate you to do something to I want you to experience life.
Mhm. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I appreciate this. It has been absolutely amazing. And included in this segment, you will receive all of his amazing creations. Again, this is Jeff Banks and your first choice, Andrea Mason. Press play, plan life according to you. So stay tuned because the next season is going to be epic for him because we are going to now display and share all that he has done to a broader global audience. Jeff, thank you so much for coming aboard on this and walking beside me on this journey for both of us. It's been enlightening and powerful and amazing. And I can't wait to see what's happening next.
Yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for this time and stay tuned. All of his information will be found in the show notes as well as on my page as well as his. So, check him out. So, last words.
Well, big shout out to you, my twin, my coach.
Yes.
We're
Yes.
both born on the same day.
Yep.
Great things, great minds think alike.
Yes,
Um,
absolutely.
and really, that's the for everybody out there to really, if you got something in your heart that you want to, that you're actually passionate about, even
Mhm.
if you are doing something in one lane, if you're
Mhm.
passionate about it, it can be bridged together. So,
Absolutely.
I would have never thought that
Mhm.
motivational speaking and tea went together, but it
Yeah,
really does now.
yeah. It's an amazing experience. Alrighty. Thank you so much, and I will stay tuned. Thank you.